Hello, good morning and welcome to Winter on the Wild Side with me, Louise Winstanley, healer and therapeutic leader. And this morning I am starting this week-long little mini challenge and experience off with a bit of an indoorsy feel. We're going to be looking at a cat story over winter and how they kind of adapt to the different kind of temperature changes. So if you're watching on Facebook, come and say hello. If you're watching later on, put hashtag replay. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe and you click to follow me for future videos, because this is going to be a week-long series. So this is part 1, a cat story. So this morning I'm starting off indoors, and I thought it'd be interesting because I'm really interested in what's happening on television at the moment. We've got Winter Watch. And then next week, around the 27th, we've got Bird Watch week as well. So I'm really about the outdoors. Peace and presence healing is all about being connected to the earth, being connected to the present moment through different mindful and meditative practices, things that really help you to find a bit more clarity and peace in your inner self. So today I'm looking at a cat story, and what better place to start than with my own cat. So if you don't know me, I am a cat mom. I have a beautiful little cat, which I'm going to show you in a little bit. She's called Pugan, and I've had her for 13, maybe coming up to 14 years. She's 15 this year, and I'm surprised she's that old because she's so small, she's so tender. She looks like a little kitten because she's quite small. Good morning, lovelies. Hello, welcome. Thanks for joining, Emma. So I'm going to just turn the camera around, let you have a look. She's actually having a little chill inside. So here she is. She's so little. Oh, there you go. You're getting a little cat lick. How beautiful that she's doing something rather than just sleeping for you right now. You saying hello, Pugan? Oh, I still look at her and I think how cute she looks. So she is being indoors at the moment. And yes, cats live indoors. Cats live outdoors as well. But more so, I'd say from about October, probably up until March now, she spends more time inside. Let's have a look at this tail. Ooh, little tail flicking. Sorry, the bed. That's where she's just on the bed at the moment. But she's quite cute, isn't she, this morning? Normally she's fast asleep. So this, I'm going to flick it round to me for a minute. So around from October onwards, she starts to retreat indoors more so. And she'll want to pop out throughout the day occasionally. But cats like that warmth. They like that cuddling up and getting snuggled in a warm space. The radiator is a spot downstairs. She sits behind the couch and the radiator. She's got a beanbag next to the radiator. And my other half says she's got more seats and more places in the house than he's got. It is quite amusing, really. So they start to find little places that they like to keep and get warm. And she loves coming sitting on the bed upstairs as well. So that's one of the signs that the winter's approaching, when your pet starts to retreat indoors. And she will go out, like I say, but she is very like, I'm in, I'm out, I'm back in again. So it's a time when animals, not just cats, but they begin to hibernate, don't they, at this time of year. And they build up reserves in their energy to use through the summer and the spring months. So she's eating quite a lot at the moment. She's probably, even though she's really, really skinny, I'll just show you again. She's really, really skinny. You probably can't tell quite much from that, but she's basically skin and bones, aren't you? She's not so bad now, but we've had phases where she's just not been feeling very well last year. Sorry, she's just so fluffy. So she's eating probably 3 times a day, but yet she doesn't put a lot of weight on. Cats can be greedy anyway and like to eat a lot. But for her, she's putting a bit of reserve on now, because once the spring and summer months comes and she goes out, she doesn't tend to eat a lot, but she moves so much. So I kind of let her feed her up a little bit through the winter months, because I really find that that's what she needs. She needs that reserves, and that's what a lot of animals do. They kind of feed up, stuff themselves up to keep them going over the winter until spring comes about again, and then they can kind of burn off some of that energy. But like I say, she's really small. She doesn't actually put on a lot of weight. I would say she's probably only 3.8 kilos, if that. She's so little, really little. And I've got work cats. So I don't know if you've seen, I've got a couple of work cats. One's called Molly, one's called George. George is very different in his personality than any cat I've seen before. He's constantly hungry. So if you've got a cat that is constantly hungry, you can feed him and he's still like, I want more, I want more. Where Pugan will leave her food, she doesn't eat overindulge. She kind of saves and reserves things, and she'll go back to it and nibble at it. But I think that's maybe like a territorial thing. If you've got more than one cat, they're kind of competing over the food. So once he's finished eating, if the other cat Molly's not finished eating, he'll go and steal her food. It is kind of, it's awful, isn't it, really? So there's a hierarchy there with them. Molly's very much a timid cat, kind of like Pugan is as well. And just really, I think I prefer a female cat. I think they're more affectionate. Tell me if I'm wrong. Have you got a male cat that's more affectionate? But she's just very loving and tender. She's got a very quirky personality though. She is a pest, Pugan. Sorry, I've gone back to my cat now. She's a pest. And she'll paw a lot of the time. She will, I kind of know, I have to kind of get in tune with what she wants. When she paws in a certain way, she wants to be let outside. Sometimes it's just because she's bored and she wants attention. She really doesn't meow a lot. So for most cats, they've got a really strong meow. I was having a chat with the kids that I nanny for yesterday, and I was asking them about a question, because we listened to Radio 2 on is it Wednesday, and they've got QI Elves where you can ask questions, really like random questions about what's going on in certain aspects of life and why this is happening. So one of the questions, or I had two questions that I asked the boys that I look after. I'll turn over the camera and show you, because Pugan, she's not looking. So first of all, she's got instead of meowing, she croaks. She now sounds like a frog. She'll not do it. She doesn't croak very often. When she's at the back door and she wants to go out, then she will croak. And I don't know when this changed. I kind of have lost this knowledge of when she's began to croak. And also look at the whiskers. Look at them grey whiskers. Hello, you posing? So she's now got grey whiskers, and I kind of get that she might, because she's getting older. Nice side profile, Pugan. But Molly, my work cat, who's black as well, does not have grey whiskers, but is older than Pugan. So that was one of my questions. Why do some cats have grey whiskers, white whiskers when they're age, and why do some not? The other question was, why does she croak? Why does she not have a meow anymore? So I've kind of gone off the track of Winter here, but these are just some of the kind of traits and things that I've noticed about my cat. So winter-wise, she likes to sit in the sun. So if it's a nice clear day, like it has been the past couple of days, she'll go and sit in a nice sunspot, keep the warmth. She loves looking at the birds. And we're going to take some more look over the next week. We're going to go outside. We're going to look at nature. We're going to look at birds. I'm going to get you in my garden. We're going to be in the woodlands as well. I'm going to try and get you engaged in what's happening in my world, so that you can go out into your world and start to get a bit more present and mindful about what's happening. So her coat, like she's doing a lot of licking. So she does like grooming. Obviously cats like grooming. And she probably does more so in the winter. I think it is a stressful time for animals because they are wild at nature, aren't they? Natural stance is to go out and be out in nature. We as humans have evolved them, helped them evolve and become indoor cats. But push come to shove, they could survive outside. So a lot of cats who go missing choose to live outdoors. They choose the people they want to live with. Luckily, she chooses to live with me. Yeah. Now, some cats aren't friendly. Have you got an unfriendly cat? So Emma's telling me my mum's Siamese cat is like that. You have to remind me what part that popped up because that they stay indoors. Your mum's cat does that. I should have read that at the time. Sorry, Emma. So yeah, I think a lot of the time the grooming can because they're bored because they're not going outside. She likes to go and prowl around, doing the territorial thing in the garden. Now this time of year, this morning we had neighbourhood cats, and it's not any different than any other time of the year. They come, the neighbourhood cats, and they come into our garden. Now we've had a few issues with Pugan having to defend her territory, and as much as she's a little scrawny little cat, she makes it clear that she doesn't like other cats coming into her garden, and they do harass her. And I think it's because they prey on her because she's female. She's quite a little timid cat, but actually she gives as good as she gets, and she gets into fights. But at the moment it's been quiet, and I quite like that winter they've been less bothering her. So come spring they will probably be back even more, but she's going strong and she's wanting to go out now. As you can see down here, she is, let's turn the camera around. She's wanting to go out, so we let her out and she'll probably go outside in a little minute. So that's my little kind of introduction to winter on the wild side. And I hope you've enjoyed that. Please remember to make sure you put your notifications on to make sure that you can watch me for all my videos, whether it's on Facebook and you're joining my group Peace and Presence Healing, a HSP Pathway to Inner Peace, or if you're on YouTube, please make sure you like and subscribe. So have a beautiful, beautiful day, and I'll be back tomorrow with part 2. I will pop into the comments and let you know, and in the event to let you know what we're doing for part 2. Take care.